on and said all this kind of stuff about me, allowed conversations to go on. You talk about Katie, and I told you that, and you said, I'm not the one perpetuating the whole conversation. That's what other people think. 2 fruits in a bunch. Right here you put, oh yeah, this is Peter's prodigy. So yeah, you actually are pushing that narrative. You go in here and you say all this kind of stuff and talking about all this kind of stuff. You got Josephine in here. She's got her 2 cents about me too. I've never talked to her. I don't know her. I don't know anything about her. Okay. And you're going on and on and on, and you have all these opinions about me. I'm literally just reading through them right now, scrolling right through them. So I have you in a live stream and I say, okay, Paige, let's talk. Let's talk about the doll that this all results from, a Barbie doll. Okay. This all starts with a Barbie doll. Let's talk about the Jackie Ina thing. Let's talk about the nice tweets we've had back and forth. And then I say to you, after all of this, and I share my side, how can we coexist in the same community? And you say I'm being aggressive. Yeah, I am aggressive. I'm aggressive because you put some horrible shit out in there in the world to me, and you don't think there's anything wrong with that, but you think there's something wrong with me. And I haven't said one thing in 3 days to any of this horrible stuff that has been put out about me. Not one thing. I haven't said one thing.
Okay.
Is that true?
I'm not the kind of person that wants anything to ever become like a slanging match where I'm like slinging shit at you, you're slinging shit at me. I think if you were to have watched my live stream like you did, then
I
you would
didn't
know.
watch your live stream.
So how do you know the things that I said previously? Were you saying clips or something?
What are you talking about? What you said previously about what?
In my live stream the other day, because I imagine this was like what upset you.
I did not watch your live stream, and I have no idea what you're talking about. So I don't know. All I'm getting is stuff off of Twitter. True story.
Right. So the stuff that I said on Twitter about you not being a nice human, that's my perspective. So that's just my opinion. It doesn't mean that anybody has to agree with me. I think there's one thing that I'm quite proud of on my channel is that I promote a healthy dialogue all the time. I want people to have a conversation with each other. I want one person to have an adverse opinion and for there to be a healthy debate on the situation. You can't say that I haven't been fair to you, Peter, because I have.
Paige, this is what I would suggest to you, okay?
Okay.
On the tweets that you have put out, about me, and my phone is not loading right now, or I will pull them up. You have been fair, okay? When it came in regards to the tweets that I put out in 2012 and addressed those, I thought your response to that was fair. I think since then, I really didn't understand why you were putting yourself in the middle of all of this. It's like, okay, this is an issue between Dustin and I. Nobody really knows what happened between Dustin and I, except for Dustin and I. And all of a sudden, you're like, yeah, congratulations. Thanks for telling your truth. Now people really know who Peter is. Well, Paige, your friendship and I was a lot different than Dustin and I. We talked almost every day for hours at times.
Yeah, I'm not saying that me and you are nowhere near being the same as you and Dustin's relationship. Mine and Dustin's relationship hasn't always been the healthiest. So no.
It sure is all of a sudden, isn't it? It sure is now. Yeah. What's changed in the last couple days, Paige?
I just feel like I can never speak. Do you want to hear me speak? Because it just feels like you want to vent, and if you want to vent, then vent, but then don't use me as the baton to vent against. Do you get what I mean?
Go ahead. Okay.
The difference is that I can be fair across the board. So when Dustin may have had some horrible stuff to say about me in the past or whatever, but when Dustin spoke his truth, when Dustin spoke from his hurt, I felt that hurt because I had that hurt with you. It was real fucking personal. And I get that. Sometimes you're really backhanded in the things that you say. Sometimes you're really mean when you speak to people. Sometimes you don't really think about how other people feel before you speak. And then you come back with an apology. When he said that hit true and home to me because I knew that shit from my personal experiences from you. I knew that and I heard that and I was like, yes, that is exactly how I felt. There was times that because you've got such a massive support network on social media, there's times where I have felt like my voice has had to be so quiet in fear of the backlash that I was receiving. And you know the power you have because you know the backlash that all of us have been receiving. Anybody who has spoken up about you, we've all individually received backlash from your subscribers. Do you know what I mean? Some horrible, hateful shit. Waking up in the morning, seeing a message in my request box telling me that I'm an evil soul. The reason that I can't have children is because of that, and I need to leave you alone, or something of that
Paige,
nature.
I have never done anything.
That is gross. No matter what way you put it. No matter what way you put it. Nobody should be scared of speaking their truth. So
Okay,
whether you care about the truth or not, you have to respect it.
So what you just said is, so I want to make this clear, okay? So I want to make this clear, because in the last 3 days, I have told everybody in my live streams and everywhere else not to attack. Do you know the kind of attacks I've received from your people page in the last couple of days? So if you're saying that I am in control of my people that follow me, so are you. So
yeah, 100%.
Right. So how many times in the last 3 days have you told people to back off of me? Okay. When you're sitting there and you're saying you don't say bad things, if you could all see the support I gave Peter, blah, 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 whatever. He's very calculated, and I'm glad people are beginning to see. Sorry, not sorry. I could run up a catalog of how he's treated me, Martin, Margot. List goes on, but that's why I don't fuck with him, even though at one point I looked up to him. I'm glad Dustin spoke his truth. If y'all could see the video I was going to make on Peter that I edited before he made his second apology, I detailed it all and the hypocrisy. I think he knew he was putting in I'm mainly mad because my eye makeup was bomb in that video, and y'all will never see it. So you really care so much that it's all about the eye makeup. If you go underneath here, Paige, this is what I would suggest to you. When you talk about having a healthy dialogue, the people that are coming for me and they're the people that are saying the things that they're saying about me, I would never allow on my Twitter about you. I have never, and I would never. And I don't speak about you that way. Anything that I've ever had as an issue with you.
In the comment section, if there is a person there who has taken it too far, I will always, if I see it, but if I do, I will always say, you've taken it too far, or slow your roll. Always, no matter who it is. But people having an adverse opinion to you, that's just life. That's the internet. We're commentators. People are going to have adverse opinions to us. So if somebody says, you know what, I didn't like Peter after this occasion when this, that, and the other happened, then fair enough. That's their perspective. I'm not going to sit there and tell them that their opinion is invalid because it makes Peter feel upset. We have to acknowledge our own faults. We have to acknowledge our own faults.
I've done that. Yeah, I've done that more than you have.
Three people who have had personal encounters with you all chime in the same story.
That's not fair.
You have to at least look inwards to
Paige. Fine. That's fair. Okay. 3 different people that have been problematic at their own times. Okay. In the past,
and you've not been.
I didn't say that. I own my shit, Paige. Paige, I've sat here and told you about the whole situation. I haven't heard you say anything about, you know what, Peter, you're right. Like at that time, I didn't say anything and I really should have. And I was really upset, but I didn't.
No. Wholeheartedly. At the time, when I felt the way that I did, I should have spoken up. But I was scared to, and I told you that I was scared to.
You're scared to? Did I force you to leave a heart on your video?
No, but I did that because that's the nice thing to do. You're supposed to do that regardless.
Did I force you to sit in a live stream and call me the MVP of the situation?
But that was because I was in a room full of your peers.
You were in your live stream, not mine, honey.
My live stream and I called you the MVP?
Yes. People sent it to me, and you said, Peter has done so much in this situation because he's the one person that couldn't. Do you not remember having this conversation? Now all these people want to come out and say stuff about me. What?
I said, if I did, then fair enough. I'd admit my wrong in that because I didn't realize that that was something that I did.
So so you want to talk about 3 different people and everybody is saying the common denominator is me. Or maybe the common denominator is that everybody all of a sudden is just throwing out their true colors. And I don't see this the same way across the 3, okay? Dustin was my dear, dear friend. I love Dustin, and I will talk to him about this at some point on our own, I hope, okay? Sam, I cared a lot about too. Okay, that whole situation starts off of a tweet. That's a whole different situation, and their friendships mean something to me. You and I haven't been that close, Paige. So
No, we
I
haven't.
you and I respect you as a creator on YouTube or a YouTuber or whatever. I just want you and I to be able to coexist in the same community and not feel like I have to wake up to, did I just get 30 more texts from people calling me a fucking horrible human being and I need to die?
Well,
I don't
if somebody told you that, then I can only fucking apologize, because that is not anything that I want people to say to anybody, period.
Well, when you
So-
put a tweet out and you say that I'm a horrible human being, sorry, not sorry, you're starting that discussion, so to speak. I don't say those things about you, Paige, in the public forum, so therefore I don't allow those conversations to happen. That's all I'm asking.
That's a fair point.
Each other?
That's a fair point. No, I can completely agree with that. But it's hard, because it's like it was my opinion at the time, and
I think you have every right.
I find it a bit of a struggle at the moment, because I kind of see like various different hypocrisies in like what you're saying as well.
And I think I'm pointing out a few of yours.
Huh?
And I think I'm pointing out a few of yours.
No, I can admit when I'm wrong. I can totally admit when I'm wrong.
So you don't think you did anything wrong in this whole situation?
With what I said to you, and maybe me being one way publicly because I felt like it was okay, like I needed to keep the consensus that, you know, that we were cool or whatever, and me feeling a completely different way on the inside, that's definitely not the way that I want to move forward. Hence why I said it's a new era of Paige, because I don't care anymore. I don't care about the public backlash. I don't care if people's subscribers come for me, because I know that right here in my home, things are great. So as far as I'm concerned...
Hold on a second. A-Dub just said, Peter just wants everyone to keep their mouth shut. I could give a fuck what anybody has to say. That's why I said at the beginning of this stream, Paige, say everything that you had to say, and I allowed you to just say it all, right?
Yeah. I don't think so.
I didn't say that.
There was a lot of cutting off to begin with, and I feel like I've had to be a lot more forcible with my opinion now in order to get any of it across. I felt like you needed to speak. You needed the space to speak.
I said to Paige at the beginning of this live stream, somebody can go back and watch it. I said, say everything that you have to say to me, and you went back and you said it, and I stopped and I said, when you stopped talking, and I said, is that all you have to say?
I don't know what you mean.
No, you said replying to a comment.
Oh, it was replying to a comment?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Sorry. I didn't know you weren't.
I wasn't replying to a comment. I was replying to you, Paige. I was asking you, is there anything more that you have to say? You know, people always want to say.
I have to say. I think personally speaking that you need to be mindful of the way that you speak to people sometimes. I think sometimes you come across as probably a lot more mean than you intend to be. I think I personally don't like the way that you talk down to people.
I don't want you on here right now. Okay.
I personally don't like the way that you
right now, please. Let me handle this, please, okay?
I personally don't like the way that you talk down to people sometimes. I've seen you do it.
An example, Paige.
A prime example would be the way that you spoke down to Martin Lewis when he did his live stream with Karina Kaboom, and then you said that he shouldn't give her a platform, and the way that you spoke to him was like he was stupid. And sometimes you do that to people, and one thing that I love Martin to pieces, and the one thing he is not is stupid. He might not be the most articulate fellow in our world, but he's not stupid. And when I saw that, I was just kind of like, man, I wish he'd have given him the space to talk. You know what I mean? So I think that's another thing that I wanted to get off my chest. If I was not upfront with you in the past, in fact, no, I have not been upfront with you in the past about the way that I felt towards you. And for that, I should have been more upfront at the time. But I will be honest and say that I was scared. I was scared of the backlash that I would receive. As for you and Dustin and Here for the Teas thing, I don't know about any of that. But all I can say is that when Dustin spoke his truth, it spoke to my heart, and I felt that too. So that's why I was probably a lot more open and candid with my emotions at that moment in time, because I felt if Dustin has the balls to speak up and say how he really feels, then I should have the balls to say how I feel as well. Maybe it was bad timing. I can completely take responsibility for that. Maybe it was a catalyst for a lot more arguments to happen on social media, most definitely. And was it messy? Probably. But I'm glad I got it off my chest now.
Alex, could you stop, please? Peter is shady as fuck. He will send his hounds after anyone who disagrees with him or does whatever he wants. You know, Paige, have I ever, when we were friends, have I ever said I'm going to send people after somebody?
No, but you do have a, this is not just to me, this is not me personally, because I can't personally say that I've had, besides this one moment, I can't personally say that I've had like a bunch of your subscribers come after me at one point, besides recently. But I think that you don't understand your power. I think that wholeheartedly, because some of these people, they are vicious. Some of the people who are in this comment section right now, they are vicious. One of the ladies in this comment section was one of the ladies who sent me the worst message to ever wake up to in the morning. So I think that you might not understand your power nearly half as much as you should.
Paige, I don't think you understand YouTube if you think that I have any control over that, okay? I have equally from your people or Dustin.
Sorry, you cut out there. I didn't
or especially John, okay? Please don't interrupt me. If people don't want me to interrupt you, please don't interrupt me.
No,
okay?
I didn't hear you. You cut out.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I said I have equally gotten nasty comments from your people as well. Apparently, you think that I can control that. Can you control your people? I have sat in here, okay, for the last couple live streams, and I have said, I'm not going to comment on Paige. I don't know what she's talking about on her live stream. That's what I said yesterday. Mm-hmm. I said she has a right to her opinion. Mm-hmm. I said, please do not go over there to her, to Dustin, or to Sam and say anything negative to them on Twitter. And if you already have, please take it down. Okay? That was what I said. So when people say that I send my people to them, that's absolutely not true. Okay? But that's the narrative that gets painted, that I'm this absolutely horrible human being. And it's really tiring. It's really hurtful, Paige. And I really do believe that at my core, or at your core, you know I'm not that horrible of a human being. I really do believe that. Just like I don't believe that you're that horrible of a human being. But what I want to know is, how can we, because you talk about how I talk down to you and I say mean things, but I literally just read 2 out of probably 10 tweets where you called me a horrible human being. If people really knew about me, okay? That's really talking down on somebody, Paige. That's really saying some pretty hurtful shit about somebody, okay? Now, here's how I feel about it. And this is just my thing, okay? I want you to be able to make videos, and I would like to be able to make videos without you and I.
We do anyway.
I know, but listen, without you and I hurting each other, okay?
There's no, for me now, there's no more hurt.
Okay.
Firstly, there's no more hurt. I feel like we've passed that point in our relationship on social media. So I just kind of feel like we can coexist. I will still be consistent with what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong.
I agree.
If anything of that nature that happened in December ever happens to you or any other YouTuber for that matter, again, I will definitely speak out and I will definitely be fair. I will consistently try and be fair with you as well, because the video that I was going to make, well, the video that I filmed and edited, but I didn't put out, the original video, I did not put that out because I knew that it would be unfair for me to put it out knowing that you did the right thing. You know what I mean? So
I'm not laughing at you. My husband is talking in the background. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, but I will constantly try and be fair. I don't think our relationship's ever going to be mended. And I'm
okay with that.
I hope that you can work things out with Dustin, genuinely, because I know he's personally hurt. You can just tell.
Well, Paige, I'm hurt as well. I I'm not saying, first of all, there's more to the story than what he just put in the video. I'm just going to say
There
that.
probably is. I can't speak for that.
And I'm not going to get into that, and I'm not going to do that to Dustin. So Dustin and I will at some point have to talk about that, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Can
I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Is there a reason that you haven't spoken to him already?
I think I called him 4 nights. The night that you know how this originates?
From the Jacqueline Hill tweet, I've heard.
Yeah. So that night, I called him like 4 times. I texted him the next day. I said, "Are you up yet?" Because the last thing that I texted Dustin that night. Hold on a second. So I texted him, literally, our texts were like this that night. And the last thing that I texted him before I went to bed, the night before the video came up, was I said, "I hope we get through this, Dustin. I love you. And I hope you and Eric are safe in the storm." The next morning I texted him and I said, "You up yet?" And he didn't respond. And that was the 3rd text in a row that he didn't respond. Before that, I texted some things, and I'm not going to get into our personal text beyond that. I tried to call him several times. He didn't want to talk to me, and I understand that. And maybe he felt like if we talked, I would try to manipulate him or I would say something. I understand that, okay? I think it's going to take Dustin and I maybe having some space, talking down the road. I don't know. I don't know if I'm not chasing down that friendship either, Paige. Like, I'm very hurt. Like, everybody is siding with Dustin and saying, "Oh, you did this to Dustin," but I don't think people's really seeing the full picture. Like, no matter what my issues had ever been with Dustin, and I have some issues with Dustin as well with our friendship, I wouldn't video about it, okay? It would be like if you and Margot had a falling out and Margot turned a video and said, "Let me tell everybody who Paige really is." And you're like watching it and you're like, "Okay, but we were friends for this whole entire time. Is that all my friendship was? Was just that?" Like, it would be hurtful, right?
Yeah.
It surpasses all of that. Do I hope that Dustin and I can work out things at some point? I missed the shit out of Dustin. I was a very dear friend of mine. And I don't know what's going to happen. What I was going to say to you was, I feel the same way about things in the drama community if they're right or wrong, okay? I'm not in the same position right now as I was when the Jackie Ina thing happened. If I was now, I would have made a completely different video. And I apologize to you that at that time, I couldn't make defend you the way that you deserve to be defended. Because what happened to you was horrible, and I think it was bullshit. And I'll be honest, I'm kind of at a point now with all of this that I don't really care if people think that I'm fake or that I'm a liar or whatever. That's not what it's about for me, Like, I really, to be honest, can't take another day of waking up to just constant hate. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. And if people can't get along, then we can at least just avoid each other. Mm-hmm. And, it's a lot, Like, it's just a lot.
I get that. Like,
I'm not stupid. Mec was in here, so you and I are the video tomorrow, right? Like,
sorry, you just cut out there. Can you say that again?
I said Messy Mark was in here, so you know that you and I are the video tomorrow, right? Like, that's.
Oh yeah, probably with the stars.
Yeah. And it'll all be, and this is how it'll be. It'll be that Paige is wonderful and Peter is a piece of shit, and I already know who is making his videos for him, so that's okay because I found that out. But it's just like, it's whatever, Somebody said confirm Dustin is watching. I hope he is. Dustin, if you're watching, I miss you. I wish we could talk about this. But anyway, do you have anything else you'd like to say, Paige?
No, I'm pretty much done here. But I do want to just openly say, if I have really hurt your feelings, I'm sorry. My intention is never to hurt your feelings, and sometimes, just like everybody else, I speak out of hurt, and I've held on to a lot of hurt over the past year, a lot of hurt, and I think it's because before coming on YouTube, I watched you. So for me, when you didn't, when they say don't put your idols on a pedestal, when you weren't what I expected you to be at the times when I probably needed you around the most, it hurt my feelings. And I don't know whether that's something I'll ever be able to get past because I'm a stubborn bitch, but I don't want to see you upset, and I definitely don't want to see you cry.
Paige, I apologize thank you. That meant a lot to me, what you just said. It really meant a lot to me. And I apologize if I fell short of, I mean, I think the hardest thing for me is like my best friend Tanya, who's in here. She sat in the car the other night, and she just was real upset, and she said, "I don't understand what people expect of you. Like, you're just a human being." And I don't know. And I think in some way, because of all of the remain teachables and all of that kind of stuff, people see me on a different level, and I'm really just fucking human, and I foul up. I really am. And if I fell short of that, or I haven't met your expectations, or I haven't been there when you needed me to be, Paige. Because even after this, even if we go our separate ways and, or we're just stay clear of each other, if you need something from me, reach out to me, okay? Like, that's why I do message you and say congratulations on 100,000. And by the way, congratulations on 115,000,
Thank you.
Because those are mileages that people should be proud of, And so anyway, so thank you for that. And I too apologize. And I just hope that, I think the thing that's biggest for me, and this is where it came between for Rich and I when we became friends, is that we didn't want our people to argue with each other anymore. Okay?
Yeah,
like I don't want our people to argue that watch our videos, because I think at the end of the day, they come to us to escape, to find out drama, whether they come to you for, deeper drama or me or whatever. And I just don't want that to be the case. And Paige, I don't think you and I, either one of us, is about putting out ugliness into the world. I just don't buy that. I think that we're both pretty good people that are misunderstood at times. And I just, I just want you to know, I think that about you, at least, that I think you're a pretty good person. My feelings get hurt and I say things about you that I shouldn't say. So I apologize.
Yeah, same. Agreed.
Okay. When do you come home from Jamaica?
2 more days.
Okay, well, get off of here and go enjoy it with your husband. Okay,
we're gonna go get drunk. We've got a free bar. Whoop, whoop. So we're going to go get drunk.
Okay, well, thank you for coming in here. I'm sorry that I got a little heated with you.
No, it's all right. Past is the past. I'm just glad. Do you know what? I'm actually glad that this conversation has happened, because I feel like everything that I needed to get off my chest is finally off my chest now. And I can just kind of like, it's out. It's out. So even if my opinion's respected, even if it's not respected, even if I'm hated, even if I'm loved, it doesn't matter, because I know I got this off my chest, and that I can fully, if there is ever to be a relationship between the two of us again, I can fully move forward knowing that I said my piece. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think same goes for you as well, because I know that you probably saying, I know, like, it's one of those like random healing moments, like when you say the most horrible thing that you could say to somebody else, and then you're like, that hurts, but then you just kind of like, it's all out of our system.
Right.
So I'm kind of glad that it's happened now, because it is what it is. It is what it is. I still respect you. You still do a great job on YouTube. So continue doing you, continue hitting milestones, and I will continue drinking myself into a stupor for the next 2 days.
All right, Paige, thanks for coming in here. You guys go have fun on your honeymoon, okay?
Yeah, we'll do. Just to one person, I don't delete my tweets, so they will continue to be there, but that's just a personal...
I know, I don't know, like, that's been a rumor lately that I've been deleting tweets and you've been deleting tweets, and we don't delete tweets and comments. I don't do that. I don't know, I mean...
I delete comments if it's like using the F word or the N word or just being derogatory towards a marginalized group. Like, I'll delete comments in that sense.
Do you have those blocked? Do you have them blocked on your stuff?
I don't have a blocker. I've got certain things that are blocked. So if people leave links to videos, that instantly gets blocked. But I don't.
YouTube, or are you talking YouTube or Twitter?
YouTube.
Google how to block certain words. You can go in there and have a whole list of all the words you can block.
Oh, really? Oh, he's nodding over there. It's like, yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't know I could do that.
Yeah, I have like 300 words blocked. So people immediately think, I have names. I have lots of names blocked. People immediately think that I'm blocking or deleting their comment when that's not the case. It goes to moderation because it's blocked because of the word. So,
well, sometimes if they say the same thing over and over again, it goes into spam and it'll sit there and they're like, why did you delete my message? I was like, because you posted it 50 times.
Well, go have fun. Go enjoy Jamaica. Okay. Thank you, Paige, for coming in here.
And you. Bye.
Bye.